Hi guys, Dan Pickar here with Eastmans Bow Hunting Journal. Today we're going to do a review on the Leupold RX-FullDraw 4 rangefinder. Now this rangefinder is built specifically for archers, for bow hunters. 6 power, super fast laser, but it also has some software in it called Archer's Advantage software that allows you to input your ballistic information from your bow setup into the rangefinder, and it'll calculate your trajectory of your arrow down to the target, and we'll get more into that here in a second. New from Leupold this year, pretty sweet little rangefinder actually. Probably their fastest laser they've produced in a rangefinder, which is pretty great. It has the scan mode, so you can just press and hold and scan down range, and you're getting feedback from everything that laser hits in under a second. So yeah, definitely handy with that. Once again, this is built for archers, but this also does have the LOS mode, which is the line of sight mode that does not measure or compensate for angle calculations. And then you also have the trig mode, which is the true horizontal distance, and that specifically is your angle compensation for bow hunting, but that isn't the ballistic mode, which includes the Archer's Advantage software. So there's 3 different inputs to the Archer Advantage software that you need to input into the rangefinder from your bow. The first one is the speed of your arrow. So you need to take your arrow out and get yourself a chronograph and shoot it out of your bow and see what speed you're getting. This specifically is a 468 grain arrow weight. That's total arrow weight with 100 grain head. And that is also another bit of information that you need to know to enter into the program. So this setup is going 299 feet per second. So I'm gonna enter 299 into the rangefinder, and then I'm gonna enter 468 as my total arrow weight. Okay, the last bit of information is the measurement from the center of your arrow shaft, directly vertical to the center of your peephole. And I know from already measuring this that it's 3 3/4 of an inch from a vertical line from the center of my arrow shaft to the center of my peep upward. In the rangefinder, I'll enter 3.75, obviously represents 3 3/4 inches. The measurements goes in 1/4 inch increments. Keep that in mind when you're measuring. If you're off an eighth, probably no big deal, just round to your nearest quarter. And that's all there is to it. It's literally that simple. So now let's jump into what that actually does when using this in the field or at the range on being able to distinguish and use your arrow trajectory to your advantage. So we have all our data points entered into the rangefinder. Now we're going to use it. So I'm going to range my target down there, 59.1 yards. And it gives me a horizontal bar above the reticle reading. And that horizontal bar tells me the peak of my trajectory of the arrow. Now, just by happenstance, we have a limb hanging down at exactly 29 yards. So that's within a half a yard of halfway between the bow and the target. So we know at 29 yards, that's the peak of my trajectory. So that limb is going to get hit by my arrow if I were to just shoot down range and not compensate for that. So if you're in a hunting situation, all you got to do, take a knee. That'll lower your trajectory, lower your angle, and that limb will be out of your trajectory peak, or obviously get closer, step to the side, whatever. But it just tells you that, you know, that limb could affect your arrow. You might get lucky and not hit it if it's just right, or, you know, you may hit it and you'll have a disaster on your hands. And so we're gonna test this. We're gonna shoot down range. We know that limb is mathematically in the way. So let's see if it really is and if I hit it or not, and we'll see what happens. Let's see what we got here. See that? So that was right at the peak of the arc of the arrow, and I chopped a little piece of leaf off. So that tells me that, by golly, if I were to shoot at an elk or something with a broadhead, I would have nailed that limb, hit the limb, and I may or may not have gotten them. So pretty handy technology, proven to work, pretty slick, and definitely helpful for all the bow hunters out there. Thanks guys for watching another review on the Leupold RX-FullDraw 4 rangefinder. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for more reviews and watch Beyond the Grid. It's awesome. It's bow hunting. It gets you fired up for bow season. We'll see you next time.